Hi, I'm Dr. Fogarty from Tammy Fogarty Nutrition and Wellness. I am so excited that you joined my Bite-Sized Habit Challenge, and I can't wait to tell you all about it and get you started. So let me first tell you why I created this challenge in the first place. Now I know New Year's resolutions are right around the corner and people are going to start with some big goals that they want to change, such as losing weight, getting healthy, getting to the gym. And these are all great goals and we should all aspire to them, but they get a little tricky. And the reason why a lot of people don't accomplish those goals is because these really big goals take a lot of time, energy, and a lot of commitment. Let me give you an example. If your goal is to lose weight, your commitment is going to be to change your eating habits. And by changing your eating habits, you have to come up with a nutrition plan. And that includes healthy recipes. So you have to find some recipes, you have to get acquainted with some ingredients that you may not be familiar with. You have to set time to go grocery shopping every day, to come home, to cook, to clean after you're cooking. Then you have to make time to go to the gym. All of this can be extremely time consuming and overwhelming, and it creates overcommitment. And naturally, we move away from things that make us not feel comfortable. Overcommitting does that. So with my bite-sized challenge, I've taken the commitment out. Now there's still a little commitment, just a little bite-sized commitment, but this bite-sized challenge is a theory that is really simple, it's easy, and it takes very little commitment on your part. So let me explain how this works. Now, we all have behaviors, and our behaviors stem from our habits, and habits are things we do every day without thinking about it. Now, a lot of our habits are learned. We learn habits from the time we are children, and that passes on to what we do as adults. We also set habits. For example, if you go to work at 9 a.m., let's say you set your alarm every morning at 7 a.m. so you get to work on time. Now, by setting that alarm every morning at 7 a.m., you wake up to go to work. Eventually, you don't need that alarm, and your body, your natural habit, gets you up at 7 a.m. That's a behavior that becomes part of your life without thinking about it. Now, eating fruits and vegetables and exercising can become a habit, which will turn into a behavior that you don't think about. And how great would that be? So think about some behaviors that you do every day without thinking about it. Now, you may be going like, I don't know. Let me give you some examples. So we wake up at a certain time, we get up, we go and pee, we brush our teeth, you head over to the kitchen, maybe you grab a coffee, a cup of tea, a big glass of water, eat breakfast, and I hope you eat breakfast because it really is the most important meal of the day. But those are things that are part of your routine. These are your habits. These are your behaviors. You do it without thinking about it. Now, when you leave the house, you drive to work. Maybe before you go to work, you drop the kids off to school. You go to work, you come home, you cook dinner. Maybe at 8 o'clock, you sit down to watch your favorite TV shows. These are all your behaviors. These are things you do every day. Now, what Bite-Sized Challenge does is it challenges you to instill a new habit every day consistently for the next 5 days. Because if we do something consistently, it becomes a new habit. And you guessed it, new habits become new behaviors. So let's go back to the weight loss. So if your goal is to lose weight, you're going to start to eat healthier. Now, what is a way that you can eat healthier? Well, most people say, eat more fruits and vegetables. So let's start with just fruits. Your new goal is you're going to eat fruits. All right, my next challenge to you is how will you remember to eat those fruits? This is what happens a lot of times. For example, when people take supplements, they want to take vitamins, they buy a bunch of vitamins, but they forget to take them. And that is because you don't set a trigger. Now, a trigger is a habit or behavior you do every day without thinking about it. So what is something you do every day that might trigger you to do your new habit? Let me give you an example. Every morning I get up, I pee, I brush my teeth, I walk to the kitchen and I grab my morning cup of coffee. I love my morning coffee. It's like a ritual and I can't do without it. Even on vacation, I go have my morning cup of coffee. So what if every time I grabbed for that cup of coffee, I had 2 strawberries? That's it. Why 2? Because it's a very small commitment. But my trigger, grabbing that cup of coffee, is what's going to remind me to grab 2 strawberries. Now, if I start with just eating 2 strawberries for 5 days, every day without stopping, Maybe after 5 days, I increase it to 4 strawberries, and then 6 strawberries, and then 10. And then maybe by the end of the month, every time I have coffee, I have to have a bowl of fruit. And it becomes something I do without thinking. It becomes my new habit. It's as easy as that. It doesn't take a lot of time, effort, or commitment on your part. It's just a little tiny habit that you're going to instill in your daily routine. Let me give you another example. And I was brainstorming with a friend of mine that doesn't drink enough water, but her job requires that she is on social media all the time. So she's constantly on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, checking her emails, looking for orders. So I said to her, all right, every time you check your social media feed, take 2 sips of water. Now that water is always around, but she forgets to drink. But if every time she grabs her phone to check her feed, she takes 2 sips of water, eventually drinking water will come as natural to her as reaching for her phone and checking her social media. It truly is that easy. So what I want you to do is think of what your big goal is. And from that goal, I want you to come up with one tiny little bite-sized habit that you know that you can instill, something that's not going to take a lot of commitment. Let me give you another example. If your goal is to start exercising, maybe when you brush your teeth in the morning, you do 2 squats. Brush your teeth, do 2 squats. That's it. But after a couple weeks, maybe you increase it to 4 squats and then 10 squats. Maybe 15 or 20 squats. Eventually you're going to get really strong, and by the end of the day you might be doing 40 squats, especially if you're like me and brush your teeth quite often. So again, it's those triggers, those things that we do without thinking about it, those mindless things that we can't live without. What if your new habits become mindless, like eating fruit, which gives you antioxidants and fiber and helps you to achieve a healthy diet? Or drinking water on a regular basis to hydrate and cleanse and detoxify your body? What if these all become mindless behaviors that you just do and can't live without? So this is how my bite-sized challenge is going to help you. So think of a goal and one tiny little bite-sized habit that you're going to do every day. Now find that trigger. What's that behavior? Whether it's your morning coffee, maybe it's taking the kids to school, maybe it's holding plank when you watch your favorite TV show. Now I want you to email me your trigger and your new habit, because over the next 5 days, I'm going to coach you and let you know that you're doing a great job. And I'm also going to be there for you if you're finding it a little challenging. So you're not in this alone, and you can invite friends, families to do it with you, but I want you to email me every day how you are progressing. So your very first email to me is going to be what your goal is, identify your trigger, and what is your new habit. So it'll go something like this. Every time I grab a cup of coffee, I'm going to eat 2 strawberries. And then throughout the week, we're gonna go ahead and chat and talk and brainstorm on how you can make this a lifelong habit. Sound good? All right, my email is in this email that you received, Tammy@TammyFogarty.com. I can't wait to hear from you. And part of you sending an email to me is that I get to collect some data because I am a researcher. Don't worry, your data will be anonymously, but I wanna know how you're doing. I wanna know if you had challenges, what you loved about it, what you hated about it, because every little bit of feedback from you helps me to make this program bigger and better. And don't worry, you can do this program as often as you want. All right, are you excited? I am. I cannot wait for you to get started. So start to do a little brainstorming. If you need some help, shoot me an email. And let's get working on this awesome new behavior. All right, I'll see you soon. Thanks, bye.